Hello, hello. You're listening to Light Sprinkles, and I'm Spring Ulrich, your host. And I am intending to bring you inspiration, healing tools, survival skills in springing your life forward. So today, my topic is that you are capable. And why not me? So, oftentimes, when people go through a tragedy, a trauma, an upset, or a problem that occurs in their life, one of the big questions that comes up is, why me? Right? When I went through melanoma and the death of my late husband, that was a big question on my heart, and that was a big question on my mind. Why me? Why him? Why us? Why are we experiencing this? Right? Why us? Why me? And it's such an easy go-to of why me? And yet I find that the reverse coin of that, when some opportunity, when an amazing dream comes up, or an opportunity to absolutely change the world or change your community or start a business or do something really creative and incredible, something that would be legendary comes up, that question isn't always the first one to come up. And I would encourage everyone listening to ask that question. Why not me? Right? If we see a problem and we're inspired to fix it, and then we have this offering, it's really easy to cower down and be, oh, yeah, I don't know if I'm good enough, or that sounds really difficult. That sounds hard. That's a big challenge. I'm not sure how. We get into the hows. How am I going to do that? How am I going to make that happen? And all of the beliefs around the fears of who you would get to become, who you would need to be to show up and to serve in that capacity, and all of the hows, getting into the hows. How is this going to happen? How am I going to make this happen? How am I going to achieve this dream or this goal, right? And I really think that if we start with this, why not me? And really contemplate that question of, why not me? There are so many people who have started something that has made the world better, made the world great. So why not you to make the world great? Why not you to make something incredible, to make that shift, to make that change, and take on the belief that you're capable, that you're enough, that you are absolutely just as competent and able to achieve this goal or this dream that's been placed on your heart, just like all of the previous people before you that have achieved and done great things and have left an incredible mark on the earth, on the planet, for the people, for the animals, whatever it is that they're doing. If they would have asked, why me? Instead of why not me? Why not them? If not you, then who? Maybe that dream has been placed on your heart for a reason, because you have a gift to be able to share, and in a way that is unique, like no one else can bring. So I think it starts really with the belief in ourselves. And building that belief doesn't just come out of nowhere. It can take practice and really getting our mindset around feeding ourselves good, powerful thoughts, healthy doses of love and compassion and acknowledgement and conscious awareness of what our thoughts are, and are they helpful? Are they useful? What are our thoughts telling us? How are they behaving? Asking really good questions about what our thinking is and how if they're serving us, if those thoughts are serving us in being powerful in our creations, or if we're cowering because we're too full of fear to be able to step forward into our magnificence, into our dreams. And I think a lot of it really does start with the belief in ourselves. If we don't believe that we can achieve something, or if we believe that it's too difficult or impossible, then why would we take the first step, let alone the second, the third, or the 100th step to achieving that amazing, magnificent goal? If we don't believe that we're enough or capable, then we won't even begin the first step of that journey. So it really starts with the belief in ourselves and that you are absolutely capable. And that if you don't know how right now, that's okay. You don't need to figure it all out right this moment. What you need to figure out right now is how to get enough belief in yourself to begin the first step. Because all great journeys start with that first step. We won't get to the 100th step if we don't begin that first one. And in order to get to that first one, we first have to believe and think that we can. So when we think that we can, then we can give ourselves the energy, the fuel, and the motivation to be able to begin the first steps and to be able to cultivate the skills and the ability, the knowledge, and the know-how that will all unfold when we have the belief that we can do it and that desire, that why not you? If you have this desire to create something amazing for the children in your community and no one else is doing it, and you have that inspiration on your heart, but you're afraid because of whatever reasons, right? How can you get past that fear to the belief so that you can really epically show up for the children in your community in the way that you see would benefit them so much, if that's your dream, right? If that's your dream and you're not doing it because you don't have belief in yourself, make a list down a page, one side and then the other. On one side, you write down, what would happen if I do this? On the other side, what will happen if I don't do this? Do like the pros and the cons of it. So what would happen if I stepped into my capability and the belief in myself that I could present this facilitation for the children in my community in whatever capacity this dream is, right? What would happen if you did serve in that capacity? What would happen if you took steps and were able to achieve this goal to serve the children of your community? The chances are that you would be moving toward and increasing and bettering the lives of the children in your community that you wanted to, or that you were inspired to serve and be powerful in the first place. And if you don't, then what would happen? If you don't step up, if you don't believe in yourself and take the first steps and figure out where you're lacking the skills or who to tap into and how to tap into these things to be able to create that dream and that resource within your community to serve these children, if you don't do that, then what? And write them down. It'll stay the same. Nothing will change. These kids will miss out on this amazing idea that I have and this amazing experience that I can bring them. But on the other side, if you do it, even write down the scary stuff. If I do it, then I have to step it up into learning some things, and that might feel scary. That might put me out of my comfort zone. I might get to be vulnerable. I might find that I have a few pushbacks in trying to get building permits or whatever business idea or struggle that comes up. There will be problems to solve. And if I don't do any of it, then I don't have to figure it out. And that's just easy. But if I don't do that, then these children won't have this amazing idea I have and this incredible gift that I have on my heart to share. And if I do it, how much more awesome will our community be as a whole? So writing down all of those things on a list and figuring that out, and see if that gives you more clarity, because all things work better with clarity, with a plan, and really and truly, I believe, with that belief. So when we can write down and get really clear on why we're wanting that dream, why we are being drawn to that, then maybe if it's not all just about us, right? If you have this dream to be able to serve people in a capacity, or to be able to share something really amazing with someone or people, say in a business venture or an idea, when it becomes not just about you, when it becomes about other people as well, then it becomes bigger. And the reasons can sometimes fuel your belief before you even believe in yourself. That you see this need and you know that it needs to be filled, and why not you? Why not you to fulfill that void and to create some awesomeness that others can experience and tap into? So, some really great beliefs might sound like I'm making changes every day and I'm getting better at everything. How about I can do this? How about I already have the answers available to me. So if you can't get behind I already have the answers within me, maybe try on I already have the answers available to me. So you can find them, you can figure it out, you can discover them, you can research them. It's totally, you're capable in acquiring that skill or that knowledge, or finding someone who does have that and who can support you and facilitate you in getting to that step. How about I go from dream to dream, building my ability to dream bigger, juicier dreams. How about I go from dream to dream, building my ability to dream bigger, juicier dreams, and my capability to believe in myself and my limitless ability. I go on to grow and create legendary life and magic that lives well beyond my time here on this planet. Imagine if you were the one to create something amazing that goes well beyond your time here. And you have that calling on your heart, and you don't step into that dream. You don't take the first step or the second or the 100th step to create that. But what happens if you do? Right? So, and the other piece I really feel is really important is that first step, and the one step at a time. Because when we look at the entire picture, the end result that we're wanting to achieve and go for, that amazing body, that amazing dream, that amazing business, or that organization or foundation that you're wanting to serve, and whatever that dream is, that incredible artistic skill that you want to hone in, or learning a new language, whatever it is, your end goal, your end dream, you take it one step at a time. So one step at a time, and the belief that I am capable, and combining them to say I am capable of one step at a time. And that can facilitate releasing and letting go of the overwhelm of the entire project, because sometimes it can be so overwhelming to look at the entire thing, especially if it's a really big, juicy dream. If it's something that is bigger than you've ever done and bigger than you've ever played, if you look at all of it in its full capacity, it can feel overwhelming and really crippling, because there's so many pieces to look at. So when you can break it down into smaller chunks and just take one small step at a time, one small step, just one small step, and continue to repeat the mantra of I am capable. I am capable. I am capable of one small step at a time. I am capable of one step at a time, because when we take one step and another step and another step, it just takes us closer and closer and closer to that dream. And then if we reach that dream, then we can facilitate that to being able to dream bigger and go from one dream to the next dream. So with that, I wanted to discuss the balance of between the being and the doing, because this is, I feel, a very important piece of life that can be overlooked and really easy to get off kilter and off balance when we get into the doing, and just stepping, and not taking time to take a breath with the steps that you're in and be in them and enjoy the journey along the way, and take a look back at all the steps you've achieved and look down and go, wow, I've really climbed far and I've done amazing, and be able to celebrate yourself, celebrate your wins, look back at your life, what you've already done. That can be a really great resource to find the capability in your life where you're already capable, and to see how you've already achieved amazing and great things. And chances are, if you're listening to this, that you have experienced big changes, loss, sadness, a loss of a dream, a loss of a loved one, some kind of a major upset or trauma or tragedy in your life. And no matter where you're at on that journey, that you've survived that, that you are going through that, or that you've gone through that. And look at all the steps you've already made to the point of now. And when you can look at that, when you can get really excited and celebrate how you've already survived to this point, or look at something that you've already achieved great in your life, and celebrate that over and over again, and remind yourself, wow, I did that. I did that really hard thing. And if I can do that, what else can I do? And the chances are you are far more capable than you give yourself credit for, and that you even imagine. And this is what I'm continuing to tell myself, is that I'm capable, and that I'm far more capable than I even imagine. So I invite you to take that mantra on, and to take that affirmation and try it on, because I feel like there are so many times that we undervalue and underappreciate, and it's really easy to get into the self-critical and the judgy, that we're not good enough, comparing ourselves to so-and-so, comparing ourselves on Facebook and media and magazines and movie stars, and so many things that we idolize and compare ourselves to. That can be a really easy trap to fall into, and to nitpick and look at all the things where we've gone wrong, what we've done wrong, instead of looking at what's right, what we've done well, and how much we've accomplished. So taking time in the being area and balancing out the doing. So absolutely take those amazing and brilliant steps. And then remember to balance that with the beingness, the rest and rejuvenation, to be able to fuel you powerfully back into that doing, that action. So really take your time in the rest and the being, in the stillness, where you're going to re-energize, get that creative juice flowing, be able to allow your mind to just be at ease. And then when you get back into the doing, that it will be more powerful and you'll be more balanced. And when we have more balance, we have more pleasure. And when we have more pleasure, it's easier to be balanced. It's easier to be happy. It's easier to be more creative and to have more energy. So when we allow ourselves to balance the doing and the being, and really get into facilitating ourselves and having space in our life for both, that's the dance. That's when you're really, really finding that inner space and wisdom and ability to have it all, to be able to be in the doing and then the being. And even in your doing, your beingness has that trust and that ability to really come to the table and serve your doing parts in even a more fulfilling capacity, to give you that energy and that sustainability to continue on when it gets tough. So, yes. Balance, balance, balance. That is an incredible gift, and not always an easy state to attain, especially in our driven, go, achieve, more culture and society. How do we know when we've found balance, right? How do we know when we are not in balance? And I feel that we know when we're not in balance when we don't feel good, when we don't have energy, when we're in lack mentality, when we have issues in our body that show up. It's our body's signal to us that something's out of balance. And so how do we know when we're not in balance? How do we know when we are in balance? When we are in balance, everything feels good and it feels steady. There's a calmness, there's a centeredness and a stability. And when we're off balance, then it feels very tilty and rocky and certainly not as grounded. So I hope that our time today has been valuable to you. I hope that you have found some inspiration and the ability to take on the question of why not you? Why not me? Why not you to be able to do that dream that has been calling you, and the belief that you are capable. Like, write it on a sticky note, put it on your mirror. Every time you look at yourself in the mirror, I am capable. I am capable of one step at a time. And if we can remember one step at a time, I am capable of one step at a time, then you just do that one step. And then after you've completed that step, you take on the next step. And then you take on the next step from there. And remember, after you've done that step and you've achieved it, to celebrate it and get excited. Woohoo! Even if it's literally just a woohoo, I did it. I made that first phone call. I got that paintbrush out. I did that healthy shopping for my meal plan. Whatever it is that is your first step, really get into the excitement and being like, woohoo, I did it. And give yourself that celebration of, woohoo, I did the dishes. I did the laundry. I accomplished that task. So we can give ourselves that enthusiastic expression and experience for the small steps we've taken. Then we perhaps can have more energy for the next step and the next step, and be able to create more of that balance within ourselves so that we can continue to fuel ourselves and nurture ourselves along the journey to our dream, and be able to enjoy the journey and find balance in our lives and capability, and a whole lot of love for yourself for sure. So I hope that you love yourself, you believe in yourself, you feel capable, and that you ask, why not me? Why not you? I send you a whole lot of love and light. Why not you? I send you all my love and light. Have a beautiful night, a beautiful day, wherever you are, however you are, and ask, why not me? Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate you tuning in. I would love to hear what you found of value and how you're planning on utilizing any of these skills and tools. And I hope to see you on our next episode. I hope you tune in to our next time. You can find me on lightspringkles.com. That's LIGHTSPRINGKLES.com. And you can find me on Light Sprinkles on YouTube and Light Sprinkles on podcast. Thanks again for tuning in, and I appreciate you taking time. And I will talk to you again soon on our next episode. Bye for now.